The latest in the Oscar Pistorius trials. The prosecution is wrapping up its case, calling its final witnesses this morning. ABC's Matt Gutman is at the courthouse in Pretoria, South Africa. Good morning to you, Matt.
Good morning, Josh. It was probably the most damning testimony we've heard so far. One of Pistorius' neighbors said she heard a woman scream from up to 2 football fields away. It was so blood-curdling, she actually turned to her husband to say that must be a family murder. The prosecution down to its last few witnesses, apparently saving the strongest for last. In a trial so much about sound, we could only hear the testimony of Oscar Pistorius' neighbor.
It sounded to me as if the screaming was coming closer.
And what Annette Stipp said she heard was a house of horror.
Could you still hear the screaming?
I could still hear the screaming up until the third or the second set of shots.
She's one of the final prosecution witnesses buttoning up their murder case against Oscar Pistorius, alleging that Pistorius and his girlfriend, the model Riva Steenkamp, had an explosive argument last Valentine's Day that would only end when he gunned her down in his bathroom.
I also heard a man screaming. I could not hear what he was screaming. I could not make out words, but it was a definite male voice. After the second set of shots, it just became quiet. I heard no more screaming, either male or female.
There were no eyewitnesses that night, only so-called ear witnesses like Stipp, who could see Pistorius' house from her bedroom, but not inside. Stipp seemed so assertive that the judge asked her to slow it down.
You'd have to slow down a little bit.
Okay.
Pistorius has pleaded not guilty, saying he mistook his blonde reality star girlfriend for an intruder, and that it was he who screamed that night when he realized his mistake. The defense questioning Stipp's memory in the fog of sleep.
So you had been in a sleep, and then you woke up.
Growing contentious.
I won't interrupt you, and I expect the same courtesy.
Piling on, saying she lied in a police statement given shortly after the shooting.
You wouldn't sign such a document.
No.
But we know that you did.
But Stipp refused to budge about what she heard.
Recollection, I'm 100% absolutely convinced it was a female.
And that's critical because now we have multiple witnesses who say they heard a woman scream that night, contradicting Pistorius' version of events. Now, tomorrow, we expect a telephone forensics expert to take the stand, and cracking open the 2 phones that Riva Steenkamp had with her at the time of her death could finally yield a motive to this alleged murder. Robin.
All right, Matt, thank you very much.